Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Fanatic, the channel that's dedicated to the Fantasy Hub Fantasy Football game. This is episode 4 of my Fantasy Hub Premier League series. In this episode I'm going to be looking back over Game Week 3, how my team did, what transfers I made, how they performed, and then also looking ahead to Game Week 4, which is coming up after this short international break that we're in at the moment. Hence the England shirt. England got the game against Hungary tonight, so hopefully we'll do well there. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and hit notifications so that you know when I'm going to be uploading the next video in the series. Or if you are returning and haven't done so, please do all that good stuff as well. It really helps the channel out. Currently on 23 subscribers, so I'd really like to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be absolutely amazing. So if you could really help me to do that by subscribing. But yeah, so lots to get through in the video today, so let's get into it. Okay guys, so the game is updated from Game Week 3 now. Got 81 points in Game Week 3, so really happy with that performance. Also really happy with my overall World Championship position, 331 out of everyone who's playing the game. So really happy with continue to be going in an upward trajectory on that, and also really happy with the head-to-head winnings as well. So we got another 0.2 in the bank. Well above average as well, the average points of 52. So yeah, overall, really happy with that game week. And I'll just show you how I'm doing in my mini league as well. See what position I'm currently at in that. So let's get into that now. The Official Fantasy Hub league the mini league that I'm in. Again. Really happy to climb quite a few places this week. So I was 69 at the start of the game week, and now up to 28th for the season. So yeah, really happy with that. Yeah, with those extra 81 points now, on a total of 262. So if I keep kind of making those gains week on week, should be a really good performance going forward, and hopefully break into the top 10 very soon. So I'm just going to go through the current how my team did on a individual player basis, the points that the individual players got. But again, let me know how you did for Game Week 3, and whatever mini league you're playing. How many points did you get, and what sort of position are you in the league? How are you doing? I'd love to hear in the comments. So let's get into my player points totals now. Okay, yeah, so this is how my team did on an individual player basis in Game Week 3. So just going to go through each player. So first of all, Emi Martinez at Aston Villa. No clean sheet again, unfortunately, against Brentford. So really going forward, I am looking to. The plan was to always to get rid of my as many Villa players as possible from Game Week 4 onwards. So Martinez is definitely someone I'm looking to offload either in Game Week 4 or Game Week 5. I'll talk about the bit of a dilemma that I've got for Game Week 4 as I'm talking about what transfers. I'm going to look at the fixtures and talk about the fixtures and what transfers I'm looking to make for Game Week 4. But I do have a bit of a dilemma for my Aston Villa players in Game Week 4, for Martinez and Buendia. I do have a player in mind who I would like to bring in for Martinez, but whether I do it in Game Week 4 or Game Week 5, I'm not quite sure yet. Then I have Sergio Reguilon, so another clean sheet for him. So that's 2 clean sheets in a row since I've owned him. It was a tight game against Watford, but they got the clean sheet, so I'm happy to keep him going forward. They've got a good fixture. Spurs against Crystal Palace. They play in the first game of Game Week 4 against Crystal Palace, and I'm hoping for another clean sheet there. Alexander-Arnold, so again, really tough fixture against Chelsea, so it wasn't totally expecting a clean sheet. May have hoped for an assist or an attacking return, but it was a very tight game. And once the Chelsea player got sent off, James, it kind of killed the game, the flow of the game. So we'll just kind of write that one off. But Liverpool do have 2 very good fixtures coming up against Leeds and Crystal Palace. So he's going to be going nowhere. As I say, he's he's the top right back in the league for me. So he's not going anywhere. And Luke Shaw, tough game against Wolves. Managed to get the clean sheet. Wolves have various chances. If they could, if they had anyone to actually score, then they probably might have actually ended up winning that game. But got the clean sheet. So happy with that. Only 1 chance created the whole game. It was a very tight game. But Man United do have good fixtures coming up. So I'm going to leave Shaw in for now. But I am really hoping for more in the way of attacking returns, like assists. He's on corners. They should be getting 1 or 2 assists more than he is doing. So, but it's early days, so I keep him in the team for now. And we've got Emiliano Buendia, finally got a goal. So I've had him in since game week 1, so it's taken till game week 3 for him to get any attacking returns. So really happy with the goal. But like I say, there is a dilemma now going into game week 4 with him and Martinez especially, which I'll talk about. Don't know quite what I'm going to do yet. Then we have Benrahma. So he's had really good returns for the first 2 game weeks, along with Antonio with goals and assists. But in this game against Palace, unfortunately no returns. He had 1 chance. He had 2 chances created in the whole game, but it was a very tight game against Crystal Palace. And I will be keeping him in this side for now, but I am monitoring that because they did sign a Vlasic, I believe, who was a very similar player to Benrahma. So will that reduce his playing time? I'm not sure yet, but keep him in for now. And then West Ham have got a good fixture against Southampton next, so definitely keep him in for that. And also you've got to consider the Europa League is starting as well. So will there be rotation? Will these players, West Ham players, get tired because they have got quite a small squad to be fighting on all fronts? So it's someone I'm definitely monitoring, but I will be sticking with him for at least 1 more week. Then I had Diego Jota in to start for the Chelsea game. Unfortunately, as it's a very tough game, Chelsea, probably the best defensive side in the league. No chances created, no goals, no assists. So I didn't really expect much in that game. To be honest, it was always going to be a tight game. So that's pretty much what I expected. Anything else was really a bonus. Then had the final guy who was started with him for game week 3 was Ferran Torres from Manchester City. So here's a player that I'm really excited to own going forward now, especially now that City didn't sign a striker. Just talk about the game against Arsenal first. 2 goals and an assist. It looks like he's playing as a number 9 through the middle. Gabriel Jesus out wide on the right, and it looks as though he's going to be the man going forward. He's going to be the number 9 going forward for City, playing really well. There's no reason why he should be dropped, in my opinion. So really excited to own him going forward. I think he's going to outscore the likes of Grealish, Sterling, Mahrez. I think the only person keeping up with him at the moment is Gabriel Jesus, who is classed as a forward in the game. So really happy to have him going forward, and he won't be leaving my team anytime soon. That's for sure. And then going on to the forwards, so had Danny Ings, got the assist versus Brentford, no goals, but he will be staying in my team because with 3 subs, I can't look at transferring him out this week. So my move for eventually he'll be becoming Calvert-Lewin for me, but not in game week 4. That move might be postponed to game week 5 or beyond for now. Then I had Ivan Toney in, but I transferred him out for Antonio, who played at the same time. So obviously you don't get the points for Toney. And I was a bit nervous when Toney scored after 7 minutes against Aston Villa. But then Antonio did deliver. I put the captaincy on Antonio as well. I felt that he would deliver with the form he's been in. He's been probably the most informed player in the league up to now, and he got a goal and an assist against Crystal Palace, Antonio. So it worked out just in the end, with that extra points for the assist over Toney scoring against Brentford. And then I had Lukaku in, who unfortunately didn't get any attacking returns against Liverpool. I took him out for Harry Kane, and I also took Jota out for Heung-min Son. Main reason I did that was I like the fixture, the next 2 fixtures for Spurs against Watford and Crystal Palace. For Kane, as I mentioned in the last video, I wanted him in because if he moved to City, then he would have been definitely an essential pick going forward, because he would have been the number 1 striker in there, playing week in, week out. But as I say, he didn't make that move, and he had 2 nice fixtures, so I wanted to bring him in anyway. Didn't play especially well against Watford. Didn't actually have any. He had 1 shot on goal for the entirety of the game, so not his best. But happy to keep him for the next game against Palace. As for the flow of my transfer strategy, the Spurs players play first in game week 4, so that means I can then get their points and then transfer at least one of them out. I probably, the way things are, I'll probably transfer Kane out but leave Son in. And Son, got the goal against Watford from a free kick, so I'm happy with his return there. So things are looking good for going forward for the team. And now I'm going to talk about my strategy for game week 4. Looking ahead to the game week 4 fixtures. So first of all, I've got Crystal Palace versus Spurs. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got 3 players for Spurs. For the first game, got Reguilon, Son and Kane. So hoping for a clean sheet for Reguilon and some attacking returns for Son and Kane in that game. Then for 3 o'clock kickoffs, I haven't got anyone for Arsenal versus Norwich or Brentford versus Brighton. Got obviously Ferran Torres for Man City. I think he'll lead the line again as number 9 against Leicester, who have looked pretty shaky in the last 2 games, especially in defence. So I expect Torres to get some joy against Leicester. And then for Manchester United versus Newcastle, they made the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's definitely somebody I'm looking to transfer in for this game. I think Newcastle have been pretty poor so far. The defence has been especially poor, and with Ronaldo, first game back, I think it's definitely like written in the stars almost that he's definitely going to score against Newcastle on his return. So he's definitely somebody I'm looking to bring in. And you've also got to take into account the amount of other players who are bringing him in as well. So if you don't bring him in and he scores, that is going to really hurt your rank, your game, in the mini league that you're in. So I think it's a no-brainer to bring Ronaldo in. He's going to be on everything: free kicks, penalties. Fernandez now is looking like a real non-asset now. With his chances are going to be really limited by the arrival of Ronaldo. So I've got, in terms of West Ham, I've got Mikel Antonio and Ben Rama. So it's a really good fixture, I think, for West Ham against Southampton, who again have looked very leaky at the back. So I'll be hoping for some attacking returns from Antonio and Ben Rama there. So moving on to Chelsea,
against Aston Villa. I'm really interested in Lukaku for that game, as Aston Villa are looking really depleted. So this is when I mentioned I have a bit of a dilemma with Martinez and Buendia. The dilemma is that they're going off to play for Argentina in the current international break, which means that they're going to have to quarantine when they get back, and they're going to miss game week 4 as a minimum. I'm not sure, they might even miss game week 5 as well, I'm not sure, but definitely game week 4. So that means I've got 2 spots in my team now with non-playing players for this week. So, well, going into the Chelsea game, Aston Villa then depleted with no Martinez, no Buendia. I think Tyrone Mings has got an injury, he's got a broken rib. Konza went off injured in the last game. So really, really looking thin in defence, especially missing all their key players. And Chelsea, I think, are going to really capitalise on that. And then Lukaku especially is the one that you want for a game such as this. And the 3 players that I'm going to talk about bringing in, they're all captaincy options, but I think that Lukaku, given that circumstance against how Villa are as a team at the moment, really puts him in number 1 position for being my captain for this week, even ahead of Ronaldo. I don't know. It's going to be between Ronaldo and Lukaku for who is going to be the captain this week. But at the moment, I am leaning towards Lukaku. And then finally, the last transfer that I'll be looking to make for this week would be Salah. Mohamed Salah for Liverpool versus Leeds. Leeds haven't started very well this season. I think teams have figured them out from last season. They're not keeping any clean sheets. They're not scoring many goals. And I think Liverpool will score against Leeds. Probably score 2 or 3, to be honest. And I think if anybody is going to get on the score sheet, it's the man Salah. He's the best player at Liverpool, and he's the one to have for that game, definitely. Don't have anyone for Everton versus Burnley, but we've got Calvert-Lewin against Burnley, and I think he's definitely going to get on the score sheet, and he's definitely someone I want to bring in further down the line as a replacement for Danny Ings, but just can't do it this week with just the 3 transfers. So the dilemma I've got, coming back to that, is do I leave Martinez and Buendia in the team, not scoring any points, and transfer in? So the way it would work would be take Kane out once he's played for Spurs, put Ronaldo in for his game against Newcastle, then once he's played, take him out for Lukaku at Chelsea, and then finally take Lukaku out for Salah against Leeds. Or do I play it the more sensible approach, where I need to get rid of Martinez anyway? Do I get rid of Martinez for another goalkeeper? The keeper that I'll be looking for would be Jose Sarr at Wolves, who have got some really, really nice fixtures. Their fixtures have been pretty tough in the first 3, but their fixtures really turn in their favour from now for a good few weeks. So I think there's plenty of clean sheet potential in there for Wolves. Do I transfer Jose Sarr in for Martinez? Also Buendia. The player that I will be looking at that's around about his price point, I think it's the same price, will be Demarai Gray from Everton, who's looked really good, really sharp in the first 3 game weeks. He's scored 2 goals in his last 2 games. Looks really good going forward, so he's definitely an option. So, but that only then leaves me for one transfer, to transfer in one of either Ronaldo, Lukaku, and Salah. So the dilemma I've got is, are Jose Sarr, Demarai Gray, and one other of Ronaldo, Salah and Lukaku going to score me more points than leaving Martinez, Buendia in, scoring no points, but bringing those 3 premiums in who are going to get points, and everybody else in the game, or the large majority of people, I think, are going to bring those 3 players in as well. So let me know what you think I should do. I'm erring towards the side at the moment of leaving Martinez and Buendia in and just doing the 3 big transfers. I think that overall would score more points, but let me know in the comments what you would do, or what you think I should do. And also, what transfers are you looking to make this week? Is there anyone outside who I've mentioned who you think is going to be a good pick, and who you're going for over the big three this week? I'd love to know in the comments. Let me know. And as I say, in terms of captaincy choice, I don't think you can look out. If I am going to be bringing in Ronaldo, Lukaku, Salah, it's going to be one of those three that I captain for sure. And out of those three, it's Ronaldo or Lukaku. Earing towards Lukaku at the moment because of that fixture against Villa, but probably won't decide until the time comes. Really, 3 o'clock on Saturday. But yeah, let me know who you're captaining as well. Do you think anybody else is a better option? Again, let me know in the comments.
That brings us to the end of episode 4. If you did enjoy that, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. All the good stuff that helps the channel out. As I say, I've on 23 subscribers at the moment, and I'm really hoping to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So I obviously need your help to do that, so that'll be massively appreciated if you can do all that good stuff. Also follow the channel on Twitter as well, FFB_Fanatik, and just stay up to date with everything that's going on the channel, and really appreciate a follow on there as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.